Hello, I'm Clyde Beats. I don't do quantized. I like my grooves jerky, a little raw, and some might say a little bit left of centre. Now, every track has a backstory, and it usually starts with a person. Someone I met, someone who said or did something that stuck, or someone who just made the moment feel right. This series is all about those people, the ones behind the sound, the ones who shaped it, even if they're not aware that they shaped it. And in this edition, we unpick one of my biggest pieces of music to date, and that is Roll of the Beast, that was originally on my first album, Hyper Reality. But it stood the test of time. It's been licensed. It's become viral on one or two occasions, and it was reissued as a vinyl pressing in 2019. So how did this track come about? Well, the energy and the essence of the track, the sentiment behind it, came from me watching two events unfold on news, on the television, that genuinely incensed me. And the first one was a 2004 bombing of a wedding by the American military on an Iraqi wedding party in Iraq on the Syrian border. And the second one was the Israeli shelling of a beach party in Gaza. And I would say that these events changed me permanently, because number one, the most advanced militaries in the world with unprecedented intelligence and with weapons deemed to possess precision accuracy, and someone somewhere made the decision to bomb a wedding party, and somebody else made a decision to bomb a beach party. And so those events motivated me really to write a general protest song against the really incredibly cruel and violent modern day crusades that unfortunately are still going on today. Nothing's changed.
So much on my mind, I refuse to lose. Dropping bombs on innocence ain't no fucking excuse. Not religion, not territory or foreign soil. WMTAs, not for oil. The beast. Now you're walking all over the east.
So where does the sound come from? Because if I dare say so myself, Roll of the Beast is a funky cut. I think it's all about the bass line, really. And so the sound really comes on the back end of my foray into hip house, because I'm a hip hop head. And obviously I turned it up a notch, BPM wise. And as you'll hear in Roll of the Beast, it's very sample driven. If you slowed it down and reprogrammed the beats, it really could be a hip hop track. And so let's examine the people who contributed to making Roll of the Beast, a timeless track that even got a vinyl repress in 2019.
Person number one is Martin Atjazz Iveson, whose remix still sounds really fresh today. He also produced a vocal dub and a radio edit. Now the remix, thankfully, maintained the main riff as a hook and introduced some really interesting very house-esque vocal samples. Now, person number 2 is Christo, who is a very avid fan of the likes of Moody Man, and he's a perfectionist. And yeah, he pulled the stops out for this one and gave me a remix, a vocal edit, and a radio edit. But let's listen to the let's pay some attention to the main mix.
I got so much on my mind. I got so much on my mind.
And person number 3 is Tim Scott. And I think the reason we used him was because at the time he was a real broken beat fanatic. And yeah, the mix he produced sounds really good to this day.
So why Roll of the Beast? Well, I was so disappointed in the people who would follow such grisly orders that they can't make their own decisions, and they're willing to suffer the consequences of A, bombing a wedding and shelling a beach party. And I think that is tantamount to the march of the devil, of the beast. And so it's called Roll of the Beast.
So those are the people behind the sound and the making of Roll of the Beast, originally part of the LP Hyperreality, which is still available on Atjazz Record Company, as so is Hyperreality Alternate Reality, containing all of the singles and remixes from the album, all available through Atjazz Record Company. So stay tuned for another edition of Clyde Beats. People.
I got so much on my mind, I refuse to lose. Dropping bombs on innocence ain't no fucking excuse. Not religion, not territory or foreign soil. WMTAs, not for oil. The beast. Now you're walking all over the east. And it's got to stop. And it's got to stop.